Hello again, everybody. Harry Boxer, the technical trader at techtrader.com. It's, let's see, April the 4th, Thursday. These are the charts of the day. Kind of a mixed market on the day on Wall Street, but a lot of stocks we follow did interesting things. Take a look at ASYS, which after a big drop in a five-wave decline, then built a base. And today it exploded with a breakaway gap, running up, closing 67 cents higher, or 12% on a million shares, which is big for that stock. At this point, I'm looking for it to take out today's high at 6 3/4 and then run to about 8 3/4. That's your next target. COMM completed a merger with ASYS today, and Wall Street likes that look, I believe. This declining tops line broke a couple days ago, stalled yesterday, and today was a follow-through. It appears anyway. My target's going to be a run at the 26 level that was reached back in October, and maybe then we're going to look at 30. DBVT with a big day popped up. Got from 792 to 913, finished 876, up 92 cents. Almost 12%, almost 2 million shares traded. It's the biggest volume in 3 months. You can see it pop through resistance here and closed right there. The target from 4 weeks ago is the 10-12 range. $10, we get to 10.12, and we could run into the 12.5 range and maybe fill this gap right across there. Even as high as 14 is a possibility. iCAD. Put a swing on it today after it ran through this 4-day top right there. You can see how it accelerated. Closed 574, up 61 cents. Almost 12%, and the volume was more than a third of a million. That's the biggest in about 5 weeks. So we can see this accelerate. Looking at the overall chart pattern, you'll see that targets are 7.5 3/4 and 9. INS, one of my top picks for the year, continues to mojo upward. An inside day, but a positive one, up 228 or 6.7%. At this point, I would look for a run into the low to mid 40s. IOBANS also broke out of a nice base step pattern today. We put a swing on that one. To me, a run at the September high and a test of near 14 was my next objective. We get through that, we're looking at 15, 90, 16, and then 18.5. KRNT has been in a beautiful trend, although I want to point out that it's a 5-wave move in here, and it may be vulnerable to pullbacks. I would not be aggressive with it in this range. At this point, you can see that the channel up has reached the top of the longer-term channel and the short-term channel. Kind of a double resistance level, but a new all-time high. It may accelerate or it could pull back here. There's support now, 24-ish. Lululemon, after exploding last week and then consolidating, came back up again and tested the high reach of 171.45. Today's high, 171.69. Next target, 180. Medici Nova with an inverse head and shoulder type pattern and an island reversal for the head. With the neckline in there, it may have taken out already, but there is some clear resistance at 1042. 1042 and 11 are your next scalp targets, and it swings 1290, 13, and 14. mRNA, also recent IPO from December, and had come down, rallied back from 13 to 24, and pulled back in a 3-wave corrective, only to snap back yet again. If this is the angle of ascent, it looks to me like the target going forward might be somewhere up around 28.9. QURE, one of my old favorites from way back in here, a year and a half ago, has now reached into the high 60s at one point and then pulled back. But it's coming on again today, popping 352 or 5.8% on a million shares. It's just starting to ramp. Testing or retesting 69.5 is your first target, and something in the 80 plus range. SOLY, after its IPO, this is the company that makes lasers for tattoo removals. It sure looks good. If you look at the low in here of the last couple of days, that's your support. Stop underneath 8.5, targeting 11.5, 12. Viking Therapeutics also doing well after the base breakout. You can see that it's working its way slowly upward. At this point, I'd like to see it stall in this range, create some kind of rising channel, get up towards the 12.5 range, eventually 15 3/4. XOG in the oil sector, nice inverse head and shoulders. Today it popped 61 cents or 14%. Volume was solid at 6.3 million. You have a double top resistance at 505. We can get to that level. I'm looking for 6.5 and then 8. XPO Logistics may be coming on again after getting a blow off low or spike down low in mid-December, all the way down to 41. Rallied back to mid 60s. Pulled back and retested right in here, held successfully, and recently popped out of its falling channel and through the moving average of 50-day. I have a target of 64. And finally, ZYNE in which he exploded for 2 days, had an inside day but a positive one, finishing up 32 cents or 4%. I think this one goes higher. I'm looking for a test of the double top from August, September that comes in around 9. You get through that, you're looking at 11 3/4. That's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good evening.